to Planner 101, Introduction to Decorative Planning. My name is Megan Fackenthal, and I will be the professor for this course. This course is the first in an ongoing series of lectures about how to plan in a decorative way. This course will walk you through decorative planner basics. What format do you want to plan in? What is the scaffolding you will use to create your plans and your decorations? What tools do you need? What routine might you follow to make the best use of your decorative plans? Planner 101 is not a course designed to tell you the right and wrong way to plan. The only way to know what works for you is to try different planning methods and use what works and discard what doesn't. Planner 101 is a course designed to break down any barriers that may prevent you from calling yourself a decorative planner, and to do so in 10 minutes or less each week. So whether you're a seasoned planner or just getting started, I am so glad you're here. I welcome your input and your questions, and I look forward to seeing you throughout the semester. Now, without further ado, let's start by talking about planner formats. All right, so I thought it might be best if we look at different formats together. Now, the first thing that I think of when I think of format is actually not pictured here because it's a digital format. I use my iCal. I use my iCal for any event that is scheduled to a moment. So if you're going to the movies at a specific time, if you have a date, if you have travel plans, if you have class that you have to be at, if there is a time attached to something, I put that in my iCal. I have my iCal remind me all the time of what I need to be doing and where I need to be doing it. In addition to an iCal, I use Mini, a paper decorative plan. And I just want to talk to you about the different formats, some of your many different options. There are a lot of different options. I'm going to kind of narrow it down to 3, only because these are essentially the 3 most common. But there are many others out there, and if you use one that is not pictured, either a brand that I'm not using, where there will be a lot of those, or a planner layout, put that in the comments. Explain why you use it. We are all here just to learn from each other. I cannot wait to see what you guys are using. But the big 3 that I'm going to talk about today are a blank journal, vertical, and horizontal. Those are the 3 formats. And I just want you to start to think about form and function. So we're just talking form today. Function's gonna start next week as we talk about scaffolding. So you don't have to feel obligated to make your choice this week on what type of format you want to use, but maybe you already have some journals, some planners. Pull those out, see what the format is, and then we'll work next week on kind of the function. Well, this week we're just looking at form. So, plain journal. So this one is a plain journal. I have it as my important habits tracker. It is just literally blank lined pages. You can even have totally blank pages. It just so happens that this one's lined. And then I decorate as I see fit. I'm not using this one as much at the moment. It's just because my life has changed dramatically since September 8th of 2025. But I do really enjoy the freedom that comes with a blank journal. Obviously, if you want to do bullet journaling, other types of decorative planning that don't necessarily have to kind of live around stickers and stuff like that, a blank journal is really great for that. All right, the next one I want to talk to you is about horizontal. So horizontal just means that the individual day of the week is listed so you can write on it from essentially left to right. This is a blue sky planner. You'll also see throughout my planners here a variation in sizes, and I want you to see that. There are different sizes, so you can decide if you want something that is like more easy to put in a I don't know about a pocket, but a bag or a purse, or if you want something bigger, it's going to take a bit more space, but also catch your eye a bit more on a table, a desk, etc. So Blue Sky, this is a brand you can tend to get at, say, Staples, Office Depot, maybe even Michael's, yeah, so office supply stores. And so you can see the day itself is there, so you can just write from right. So you can see it from right to left. That's your horizontal layout. So that's what it looks like in this Blue Sky. Horizontal looks like this in a Happy Planner Skinny Mini. You're also going to see there are rings. So this one, the pages are not easily removed and put back. In rings, your pages can be pulled out and pretty easily popped back in. Let's see, do I have any other? I do have one other horizontal. This is a big Erin Condren. That's the back of it. There we go. And so you can see each individual day from right to left. And you can see just a quick flip through of some of the ways that I decorate this planner. This planner gets decorated in many different ways because I don't actually do days of the week in it, but sometimes I have like 5 classes, sometimes I have 2. So each spread gets a lot of variability. The next way that I tend to plan is in a vertical planner. Vertical planners have the days from top to bottom as such. This is a classic Happy Planner size, so about the size of a traditional piece of paper or so. The actual dimensions can be found on their website. And again, there are just different ways to decorate. Let's see, where's there we go. There's one spread there, then it has monthly layout. And then this is a big Happy Planner with the same vertical understanding. And then last but not least, this is a Laurel Denise, and it's unique. It is horizontal. They do have a version of this where if you like the vertical, you can also get it in a vertical format. But you can see your month while you're planning your week. That's the big draw to the Laurel Denise. So those are 3 of the largest planner formats. Again, just a blank journal, the vertical, and the horizontal. They are each used in their own way. You can pretty much use any sticker in any planner. You can use any method in any planner. It all just depends on what works best for you. So next week, we're going to talk about more of how to use them, the scaffolding. So when do you need a monthly spread, a weekly, maybe a daily spread? I have used dailies in the past. I'm just not using one this year. What are date anchors, color keys? What are the priorities that you might need? Different ways of listing your tasks, maybe a brain dump, a notes section. So this is the scaffolding that you're going to use each week in your different planners that may determine what type of format you need. So let me know what you have or what you're looking into in terms of format, if you have any questions about the format itself, and we'll talk to you next week as we talk more about the function, while right now we're starting with the basics of form. Have a great week. Bye.